At first of the day here. They're racing. Tons of zip slow to get going. Ballerina was the first out in advance there of Southlands, who got away well. And getting away smartly also is Happen up towards the lead. Magic Ribbon in behind them, being followed by Royal Tess, and Southlands is a bit further back. Elegant Lass is second last and settling down, and Tons of Zip has dropped back to last. 800 metres out, Ballerina the leader. Half a length, Dutchie's Pride. A length and a half, Happen on the outside of Magic Ribbon. They're followed by Terceta. Southlands a bit deeper on the track. Going forward along the inside now is Elegant Lass. And they were followed by Royal Tess and Tons of Zip. Up towards the home turn, Ballerina. Leading about a neck on Dutchie's Pride. A length and a half further back is Happen. Getting up on the inside, Magic Ribbon. Up three deep there is Southlands, followed by Elegant Lass behind them. And they're followed by Terceta, very wide as they enter the straight. Tons of Zip. And Royal Tess is last of all. Homeward bound. About 300 metres left to go. And Dutchie's Pride had moved up on the outside to tackle Ballerina. Magic Ribbon along the inside, followed by Happen is under the whip. And Elegant Lass is now running on pretty well. But Ballerina's got clear with 150 metres left to go. Elegant Lass finishing very fast along the inside. Dutchie's Pride behind them. But Ballerina in front is going to see it out and wins nicely by a little over a length to Elegant Lass. Third home, Dutchie's Pride, followed by Tons of Zip, who made up plenty of ground. Happen in behind the Magic Ribbon further back, followed by Southlands, Terceta, and the last home is Royal Tess. Ballerina, first out and first home at $4.20 and $1.70. Looked very good early in the piece, Ballerina. She won a couple on the trot. Actually was second at Caulfield, and then, yes, she did win those two at Moonee Valley and Caulfield in good style. That was back in August. And then last time out, first run from a spell, she was well backed in the race won by Lady Capel at Flemington, but disappointed that day. But she's right back to her best, obviously, because she was first out today and first home. A three-year-old bay filly by Snippets, out of Bravery, beautifully bred. Raced by S.F. Johnson and trained by Jim Mason at Flemington. Brent Stanley, the winning rider. $4.20 and $1.70 for Ballerina, defeats the fast-finishing Elegant Lass. And began slowly today, was giving the leaders a long start on the home turn. Number 6, Elegant Lass, Greg Hall, 160. Number 8.
Naturally.
Naturally, yeah. We're not biased here.
No, you remind me of Queenslanders. Let's have a look at your selections for the program now, starting with the first, the 10 Capital Maiden.
Well, in the first, I thought that, well, I'm a little bit sceptical now with this rain falling, but I do believe that number 12, Miscreation, gets a chance to break through today. To beat number 3, Legal Switch, and I put 11, Lady Marjar, in for third, 12, 3, 11 in the first.
And don't forget D. Beedman on the top weight.
Well, exactly, yeah, exactly.
Race 2, which is the Sir James Cup, Class 2.
Yeah, I like number 3 here, Preferred Date. Again, a bit of a risk with the ground, but by gee, it's very close to a win. 3, Preferred Date, to beat number 1, Capana, and for third, number 10, Inept.
All right, then we move on to the third race today on Black Opal Day, the Coca-Cola Amateur Class 6 plate. And it's over 1,800 metres.
And, of course, we've got a late scratching here too, right? Number 3, Flinders Street, a late scratching with the track being downgraded. Flinders Street out. I've selected 4 to beat 9 and 5. Number 4, Sunjammer, to beat 9, the Ravelli. And I've put number 5, Golden Week, in for third, 495 in race 3.
Right, that's Tony's selections there. That brings us to race 4. This is the feature short course sprint. It's the Dewsbury's Dash, over 1,000 metres. Not a bad field of sprinters. Yeah, it's a good field. I'm going for the top weight, El Soler, one of Darren Beedman's good mounts here today. I thought 11, Royal Reward, an improving galloper, will get second. We'll appreciate the ground here now. And I put number 7 in for third, Green Waters, 1, 11 and 7 in race 4. Opened the race up a bit with Aussie Cozzy being out, but El Soler's form is very good. Certainly. Right, we move on then to race 5, turning over the rain-soaked pages. The big one. Which this is it, the 25th anniversary, the Black Opal Stakes, and a pretty good field. And what a way to celebrate an anniversary with lightning and thunder cracking around us. Yeah, I'm sticking with Vocalist. Prior to the rain, I thought she was a good thing. I'll stick with Vocalist number 14, Darren Beedman again. It's getting a bit boring, I know. To beat number 6, Bruschetta, and I put number 8 in for third, My Halo Broke, and it broke a long time ago. Yeah, well, actually, Michelle Tizard fancied My Halo Broke, and I don't know whether that was prophetic or not. Yeah, right. As we move on now to race 6, this is the Class 6 plate over 1,200 metres. Well, this has made this horse a better thing than ever. Truly Diamond, she swims, and I think I've got to make her the best bet of the day now. 4, Truly Diamonds, a special. To beat number 10, Lively Mariah, and for third, number 8, Sir Debonair, but Truly Diamonds, she sprouts wings on a track like this. You sure you couldn't be a bit more confident? No, she will win. Believe me. It's an old line I used to use in my youth. I used to say to the girls, stick with me and I'll cover you in diamonds. Sure. Truly. Yeah. Moving on to race 7 now, the National Sprint. And, of course, there's a bonus associated with this race. Yeah, they get a brand new Ford Ghia car from Brian Pollock Motors. Now, with this rain, I tipped number 16, Zeregal,
He's got an impeccable record on rain-affected tracks. He'll be value at around about 7 or 8 to 1. Dale Spriggs. Go right down to the bottom. Number 16, Zeregal. 2 Here's the Prince and 1 Stork.
Yeah, well, I thought He's the Prince had a very good chance in the race.
Well, I know that John Morrissey is quietly confident today. I think we may see the real Here's the Prince, but with this rain, Zeregal from Here's the Prince.
OK, Tony knows all the swimmers in Canberra. That brings us to the 8th event now, the Class 2 handicap, which is due to start at 5:15, although, as you know, the first race is being delayed because of the thunder and lightning. What do you like in the last, Dan?
Well, I think John Morrissey can just about win this race with his lightly raced gallop. On number 3, Great Tripman selection. I put number 2, Pay Dirt, in for second, and number 6, Regent Rossi, third. 3, 2, 6 in the last.
Tony, thanks for being with us on pretty inclement conditions at this stage. It can improve. What's your absolute best on Black Opal Day?
Preferred date and a vocalist. Stick to those 2, Rod.
Good on you. Tony Campbell, the voice of Canberra, calling today's meeting, and he calls, of course, every day around this area. Good calling today. Good luck with the punt. I'm going to stick with your swimmers.
And good luck to the Sky Channel viewers.
Thanks, Tony. Tony Campbell here, live on a wet day for the Black Opal Stakes, but nothing dampens our enthusiasm or our spirit or our adventure for the punt. Back to you, Matt.
Good on you, Rod. Thank you for that. We'll have a look at the market for the first event in just a moment, but that is a fantastic trainers bonus on offer there this afternoon at Canberra for the trainer that can train the winner of the Black Opal Stakes and then the National Sprint, which is race 7. He'll take home a $54,000 Ford Fairlane, so a magnificent trainers bonus for the trainer that can win the 2 big ones there this afternoon at Canberra. Now, the first event is due in about 5 minutes' time, but as Rod mentioned, they may run a little bit late. $9.50 for Cropthorne, Dr. Doug at $24, 3 legal switches $4, Lord Ruberton at $22, Real Even $45, Select Trial $66, Clever Clan $8.30, County K $76, Eastern Move $19, Heavenly Eclipse at $17 for the first at Canberra. 11 for Lady Marja, Miss Creation $5.40, Stylish Conquest $55, Brundar Rosie $26, Shalbert $16, and Pocket of Dreams is also at $16. Big field today for this first race. The others are scratched, and the race due in about 2 minutes' time. Now, Tony's tip recapping is number 12, and that is Miss Creation to beat Legal Switch and Lady Marja. 12-3-11. That's for race 1 at Canberra. And just pointing out to you that the track has been downgraded to slow at Canberra. The original assessment was dead, and it has been taken down a notch to read slow. OK, that's important information for Canberra. Now, jockey changes in the first event. Number 6, Select Trial, is going to be ridden by K. Dodds. That's race 1, number 6 is K. Dodds. And there's another one in the first event, number 17, Pocket of Dreams, is Matt Privato. So that's race 1, number 17, Pocket of Dreams, Matty Privato. Couple of jockey changes there for Canberra. Now we've got they're at the gates at Canberra for race 1. We're crossing back live to the track to Rod Gallegos. Rod, can you find us the winner of this first race?
Matt, well, we're always trying. I've got with me one of the oracles of Canberra, Michael Heath, who was with us here for the Yas Cup. He runs a punters club here and he very seldom loses. Michael, in these conditions, can we come up with a quick one on the first?
Yeah, very difficult race 1. Not a lot of confidence in the betting ring, Rod, naturally with the wet weather. But number 12, Miss Creation, trained by Keith Dryden, to be ridden by Dale Spriggs. Awkwardly drawn in the barrier, but a very fit mare. Good second here last start behind a promising Pay Dirt. Ventured to Warwick Farm 2 starts back and found no luck in the run. And I thought Miss Creation looked good value at about the 9-2 mark with the bookmakers. A bit better on the tote too, so a bit of value out there for the punters. Hardest to beat, number 7, Clever Clan. Good money for this horse in the betting ring. Frank Cleary trained horse, only a 2-year-old, but very well primed up for this race. Very fit horse. Number 11 also looks very well, Lady Marja, a visitor from Wagga. But in race 1, Rod, in terrible conditions, but we'll get through. We've got number 12, Miss Creation, on top.
Well, that's the way we'll start the day. Do you think they'll fan a bit wide today?
I think they will fan wide. That's been the pattern of racing at Canberra historically on wet ground. Also suits the leaders too. It's a leaders track on wet ground as well. But we'll provide an update for you for that on that pattern throughout the afternoon.
Good on you, Michael. Michael Heath with his latest mail on today's meeting at Canberra in the first. Miss Creation is carrying our money, and we hope it can win. Back to Matt.
Thanks, Rod. She's got a very wide barrier there, but she will come in a few. She drew 19 in the original draw, but with the scratchings of the emergency, she'll come into 13. Miss Creation in that first race. They are still a little bit behind time there at Canberra, but they are at the stalls. So we'll look at 2.
Now let's have a look here. It looks like Real Even, the one out of line over there. Now, 1 or 2 to move along. That light blinking rather brightly on the tractor. Still one to move in. They may have it this time. A little bit of a push and a shove. Just about set Balaclava too, by the way. No, there's one more to move in here. There was one hidden. So we have one to move in. With a bit of luck, we may get Balaclava, as this rain absolutely teems down here in the nation's capital.
And it looked a pretty good start. Daring Zam on the inside.
Pick up the replay now of Canberra race 1.
The leader, Lord Ruperton is second. Dr. Douglas third. Eastern move fourth down towards the inside. Back behind those, Brunda Rosie, followed then by Cropthorne going wide. The next one was Pocket of Dreams and Shellbet. Back behind those, County K. And a long break, Miscreation. But they're well into the straight with about 300 to go. And now Legal Switch has bounded away. Down towards the 200. Legal Switch is the leader. Real Even getting up along the inside. Running on fairly well, Shellbet and Cropthorne down the outside, but it's Legal Switch the leader with about 50 metres to go. Real Even right up along the inside could be the danger. Real Even, I think, on the line. Maybe Real Even it is from Legal Switch. Close for third, either Brunda Rosie or out wide.
A photo finish on the first at Canberra, maybe number 5 Real Even. The other horse in the photo is Legal Switch number 3. So a tight one, race 1 at Canberra. Now Hamilton race 1, they're starting to move up. This is an open race. The favourites Game Star at $3.20, Star Ross at $5.90, and then
Damascus Dawn. And from the outside, Prefer an Angel is going very fast to head them off as they climb the hill, and Prefer an Angel takes over. Leads about 2 lengths in advance of Damascus Dawn on the inside of Wide Berth, a length and a half Arabian Poppy. Out deeper on the track, Dolveed, and they were followed by Accolades, a length and a half of Kushla further back with Strictly Jazz, and Free Success has dropped out to last. Over the hill, 1,100 metres left to go. Prefer an Angel the leader. Half a length on Dolveed, moving up just in behind them. Wide Berth on the rails, Damascus Dawn, a length and a half Arabian Poppy. In behind them came Accolades, being followed by a Kushla. Strictly Jazz is second last, and Free Success last of all. They're on the railway side with 900 metres left to travel. Prefer an Angel doing it well in the leader. Over a length in advance of Dolveed, 2.5 lengths to Wide Berth. Damascus Dawn is on the rails. A length and a half Arabian Poppy being followed by Accolades. A Kushla back behind them, ridden along. Then Strictly Jazz is second last, and Free Success is last of all. As they come up to the 600, Prefer an Angel, a length and a half clear. Dolveed is second. 2 lengths further back, Wide Berth starting to run on Damascus Dawn. Ridden along next, followed by Arabian Poppy. In behind them, a Kushla. Strictly Jazz dropping out Accolades, and still last of all, Free Success as they're making the home turn. Past the 400-metre mark, and Prefer an Angel has kicked right away from them. She's over 2 lengths to Dolveed, a length and a half to Wide Berth as they straighten up. Arabian Poppy down the outside of Kushler, and Free Success is coming from a long way back. Prefer an Angel is the leader. Dolveed is trying hard and coming home well down the outside. Free Success, Prefer an Angel still in front. Free Success could be the danger. She's rattling home. Dolveed there in the centre. Free Success on the outside moves up to take the lead. Free Success got away on the line to score by nearly a length to Dolveed. Ahead away third, Prefer an Angel, followed by Accolades and a Kushla. Wide Berth behind them, Arabian Poppy, followed by Damascus Dawn, and last of all is Strictly Jazz. Well, she was going well on the home turn, as you saw. Riders seemed to have a lap full of horse, but she started to get weary at about the 200-metre mark, and Dolveed was closing the gap, and Free Success, who'd been patiently ridden at the back of the field, has come over the top of them to score in good style, with Dolveed getting up to edge out a Prefer an Angel for the second prize money. There's Free Success, ridden by Greg Hall. Mick Dittman originally down to ride, and his place was taken by Free Success by Greg Hall. Greg Hall riding Free Success to victory for Jim, Reenie, Peter, Miss D, and David Rakavalis, trained at Mornington by David Rakavalis. A 5-year-old bay mare by Success Express out of Free Sand. Number 4, Free Success, Greg Hall, at $12.70 and $3.50 in the second of the day here at Caulfield. Number 3's run second, Dolveed, Peter Hutchinson, $3.50. And third, Every Chance to number 2, Prefer an Angel, ridden by Andrew Payne at $1.10 official placings after the running of the Bill Duncan handicap. And nice to see Bill Duncan's son, Bill Jr., here today with members of his family.
About 1,000 metres. Dividends at Canberra on the first race. The first starter, Real Even, 21.20 and 6.60 for the place. Over 3 Legal Switch, 1.60, 1 Cropthorne, 2.90, Quinella 58.20, and the trifecta $1,051.20. 5.31 correct weights there at Canberra on the first race. Quite a few scratchings there, but most of them were emergencies. Just the fact that they're out there inspecting the track would suggest that perhaps these jockeys are a little bit concerned. They're doing a full lap of the course there too, so they're going to check out every bit of the track, those jockeys. They look a bit concerned. Anyway, we'll let you know what happens there. They might return and think that it's okay, but the fact that all of these riders that went out there were involved in the first race. Heavy rain is falling as Glenn Boss over near the rail with the blue umbrella. Darren Beedman's out there having a look at the track as well. So it's a sad situation, because this meeting was a fantastic one at Canberra this afternoon, featuring the Black Opal and the National Sprint, the Dewsbury's Dash. So all we can say is we'll let you know what happens, but that's what's happening at Canberra. Now, Devonport race 1, 256 were the placings on that first event. And we'll take a break. As soon as we know more from Canberra, we'll let you know. Time for a break on... There's a few wet patches out there apparently this afternoon. That track inspection continues at Canberra, so there's an indefinite delay with the running of race 2. But let's go back to the track. Rod Gallegos is about to be joined by a very lovely lady.
Well, thanks again, Matt. Back here at a fairly wet Canberra racetrack, but I've managed to bring another ray of sunshine to the meeting, because with me from Channel 10, Sandra Sully.
Hi, Rod. How are you?
Well, it's not probably the nicest day, but you're here for a specific purpose, and a pretty tough one, I'd imagine, judging the fashions.
That's right. Fashion's on the field today. We're looking forward to checking out what the ladies are wearing. I've seen quite a number of beautiful outfits, but the weather is going against us. It is kind of damp and a bit drizzly, but, you know, the ladies are looking lovely.
Well, it's an amazing thing that despite the conditions, that they really have dressed up today.
Of course. I think any opportunity to get dressed up for women is gladly received, and the race day is just a lot of fun. So, as you know, I've been involved with the Melbourne Cup the last couple of years, and it's just a treat. It's an opportunity to get dressed up and have a lot of fun.
Well, the Melbourne Cup is something special, isn't it?
It is very, very special.
Well, I can't let the opportunity go by without we talk about our home state. You are a Queenslander.
I am, and very proud of it. In fact, I was tickled pink when you introduced me as a ray of sunshine, given we are from the Sunshine State.
You certainly are, and the weather there today is pretty good at Caloundra.
That's right, unfortunately.
Sandra, you obviously enjoy the races?
Yeah, I do, actually. I'm learning more and more about it each time I get out. For the last couple of years, I've mostly been working weekends until, say, the last 12 months. So I've now got an opportunity to get out to days like today. And I think more and more women are getting involved in racing, and they're enjoying the day out. It is a lot of fun. You do have the opportunity to get dressed up, and that's part of it. But, you know, the women are out there punting and following the races and following the, you know, the track record of the horses and jockeys. And there's a lot of glamour attached to it, and a lot of, you know, it is a great day out. Well,
there was a time as a participant that women were rare, and now they're becoming almost dominant with the likes of Gay Waterhouse.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I know that she takes, I guess, a lot of credit, not on a personal level, but a lot of people give her credit for attracting women to the track. But she deserves it. I mean, it is true. She's added a touch of flair and style to racing, and she's shown women that you can enjoy it as well as men. It doesn't need to be just the sport of kings. Queens can enjoy it as well.
I thought that was actually last night, but nevertheless.
No, we ladies can enjoy it, Rod. Now stop it.
Sandra, you have added a lot of flair to Sky this afternoon, and good luck with the judging. I think it's just a bit unfortunate that you're not in it yourself, because I'd like to back you. I think you look a certainty. Thank
you, Rod. It's great to catch up with you, and good luck to Sky Channel for today.
Thanks, Sandra Sully, a Queenslander from Channel 10, who's here for the fashions on the field at Canberra. Now, Matt, I know you're envious because you met Sandra at one of the provincial meetings, I think, at Hawkesbury. Now I'm here. Back to you.
Yes, well, as I said to Brendan Parnell the other day, no wonder you were so keen to get to that race meeting this afternoon, Rod. Good luck to you anyway. Now, jockeys are still on the track there at Canberra. They've done a full lap of this circuit. They started at the winning post. They've done one lap exactly, so they're checking out every blade of grass at Canberra before we hear what happens with race 2. Now, we've got a hold all tickets warning issued on the first race at Devonport. One of the jockeys is alleging he was denied a fair start.
They're off. Good start. Desert Mistral, one of the first out, with Dennis Uria beginning well made to move. Bell Style going very quickly up on the outsider. And deeper on the track, going around them into a handy position then is Dockland as they sort themselves out. And Dockland going very fast from the outside has taken the leader, and in turn is headed by Richland. And Richland shows the way down the side about a length clear of Dennis Uria, who's reefing for his header. Bell Style is in behind them, being followed by Macra Strike on the insider of the Centac, and a bit further back in the field then came Kingdom Reigns. They're followed closely over on the outside by our Savant. Back along the inside, Desert Mistral. Dropping back in the field, Made to Move. And Dockland's got a long way to his ground early in the piece, followed by Kilkia. And Cosmic Beacon is last of all. Richland, the leader, coming down the side, tackled by Bell Style. A length and a half, Dennis Uria getting into the box eater. A length and a half, Macra Strike on the inside of Sentac, followed by Dockland, Kingdom Reigns, Our Savant, Desert Mistral. Made to Move is third last on the inside of Kilkia. And Cosmic Beacon last of all. Up towards the home turn they race, and Richland on the inside being tackled by Bell Style. Dennis Uria looks to be going well behind them at the 400, a length and a half to Sentac, Kingdom Reigns, and very deep on the track is Dockland as they straighten up, but Richland is clear. Here comes Dennis Uria down the outside, putting in a good run, and deeper on the track, Kingdom Reigns from a long way back, but Dennis Uria hit the front with 150 metres left to go. Dockland wide on the track, coming home well, followed by Kingdom Reigns. Dennis Uria is the leader, and Kilkia now in the clear. It's Dennis Uria in front, close to him. Dockland finishing on, Made to Move flying, but Dennis Uria is held on to score by a half length to Made to Move, who made up a heap of ground. Kilkia's run third, followed by Dockland, Kingdom Reigns. Richland in behind them, followed by Desert Mistral, and then Our Savant, and further back Macra Strike, followed by Bell Style and Sentac, and last of all Cosmic Beacon.
Number 1, Dana Sura. Greg Hall on board that youngster. 2.90, 1.40 for the place for Lee Friedman. Made to Move at $2.30 and Kilkia at $3.20. So 1.85. Dana Sura was at one stage about 20 to 1 for the Golden Slipper. I don't know if Lee has still got Dana Sura on a Golden Slipper plan. Perhaps Dana Sura, that colt might have one more start, and if he wins, perhaps it could be to Sydney. But Dana Sura, quite an impressive win today. They were closing in pretty fast, but Dana Sura has had enough to hang on and hold off the late challenge of Made to Move with Darren Gauchi, the jockey. Now, we've had some action at Canberra in the last couple of minutes. Jockeys have been out inspecting the track. Let's go to Rod Gallegos. He can tell us more about the fate of this meeting.
Thanks very much, Matt. Well, nothing can dampen our spirits, but the meeting at one stage was a little bit in doubt, Darren Beedman.
Yes, thank the Lord, the rains just eased off a bit, and we had a huge deluge here just before the first race, and we rode in the first race. It was the biggest field of the day. There's 16 runners in it, and there was a lot of surface water after the race. We've had a track inspection of the track of the leading jockeys here, and we feel that the track is safe enough as long as the horses race about 5 horses off the fence, and you know, to try and keep the race meeting on for the club.
Yeah, and they've moved the barrier stools out from the inside rail for this upcoming race, and you're obviously going to steer a bit wide.
Well, that's what we've, well, you know, we've had a talk to the boys that didn't come around and just said in their best interests as far as their safety point goes and as far as performance goes, they'd be, you know, putting themselves in justice by going to the inside. So we've asked to let the boys that have drawn the inside to have the barriers moved out a bit so they've got a bit better of a chance to be able to move a little bit wider off the track.
Well, Darren, how will this affect your chances in the Black Opal?
Well, she's won on soft ground. It was a slow track at Round but she's drawn sort of 6 barrier, so she's probably going to be in probably the better part of the track anyway. Yeah,
I suppose there's a question mark over a lot of the horses. Just before they jump at Caloundra, everyone's saddened by Saintly.
Yes, it is. It's a real tragedy. You know, you don't like to see these things happen, and it's just the great uncertainty of racing.
Do you think he'll come back?
Well, he's in probably the best hands you can get him in, so he's going to obviously treat him with cotton wool and wrap him in kid gloves, and hopefully he will come back.
Now, you know, he was called the horse from heaven and all the rest of the accolades. Just how good was he?
I'd say he's probably I'd say he's the best horse I've ridden. He's, you know, he's won from 1,200 metres to 2 mile, and really hadn't seen the best of the horse. I believe that probably this spring was probably going to see spring and autumn. Next year we're going to be his best years.
You obviously think he could have been anything. Could he have won the Japan Cup?
I think he could have, yes.
All right, Darren, well, thanks very much. Bad luck about Saintly, but it was a good day yesterday.
It was fantastic.
Good on you. Darren Beedman with the news. The meeting is still going on, and there is a late scratching. The track now heavy here at Canberra, and a late scratching from the Black Opal. It's number 2, Rocket to Mars, withdrawn because of the deteriorated state of the track. Track heavy here at Canberra as they're set to go now at Caloundra in sunny Queensland. Here's Alan Thomas.
Thanks, Rod. Gee, that's bad luck for the Canberra club. I was down there a couple of months ago for one of their race callers meetings, and it rained that particular day. I remember Ronnie Paps had the call the first race, and when they were going to the barrier, you couldn't see the back of the track. He got the short straw, Ronnie. I got race 2. At least I could see a bit, but Canberra's a terrific place, and to have this happen to their Black Opal meeting, gee, it's very disappointing. And racing's full of highs and lows. Race clubs go through it, the same as licensees. I hope the meeting does continue and they get the Black Opal Stakes in. It's just a traditional lead-up race, isn't it, to the Golden Slipper, and been going a quarter of a century. So to all the people at Canberra, to all the committee, I hope it works out for you. Hard-working people. And it's a lovely place, Canberra Turf Club. I'll head back there one day when opportunity permits. Now, they're all ready to go. The Castaways...
Waterhouse Camp did open up second pick in betting and has drifted markedly in the betting ring due to the fact that it doesn't handle the wet ground. But Preferred Date has come up the short price favourite on course, and from the Morrissey camp, very good effort last start in the Canberra Guineas behind Crafty Bow. That form's been proven. Sure, there are doubts about Preferred Date running the 2,000 metre trip, but it handles the wet ground. 2 starts for a win and a second. The Morrissey bone and muscle, and it certainly looks very, very hard to beat. Best of the rest, number 4 Saturn Lee has been racing up Sydney recently. Disappointing runs, nevertheless. Drop standing grade here this afternoon. And number 6 Metar from the Reg Priest camp at Orange. A very fit horse, looks very well in the enclosure by Opera Prince. They do handle the ground. So as the rain tumbles down here, we'll settle on 3 Preferred Date from 4 Saturn Lee and 6 Metar.
Michael Heath there with his roundup on race 2. Unfortunate the rain's falling because that's going to affect visibility. I suppose, having interviewed Sandra Sully, there's got to be a topical tip there, because if I had my choice, she'd be my Preferred Date. Back to you, Matt.
Preferred Date, all right then. Thank you for that, Rod, and keep us updated with all the action for Canberra. Now look at that rain. That's at Canberra. It's absolutely pelting down. So we've had 2 track downgrades, originally dead, then to slow, now to heavy. And, well, you can understand why the track's heavy. You just have to look at that to see why. Now, Caulfield race 3, the 2-year-old Dana Syria, 2.90, 1.40 Greg Hall for Lee Friedman, made to move 2.30 and 5 Kilkea at $3.20. Cornella 11.50 and the trifecta paid $155.80. 185 correct weight on the 3rd at Caulfield. Those umbrellas are getting a big workout this afternoon, and those marquees. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else but under one of those marquees or in the comfort of the grandstand there at Canberra. OK, no sign of action at Canberra, so let's go to Kyneton for the 4th race. Here's Brian.
Right talk every chance.
Leads. Now, Clonotti is running 2nd, followed by Capana moving wide to 3rd. Then Semi-Fair, Preferred Date down towards the inside. The next one was Skim Away. Further back behind those, Superior Step, followed by Inept down towards the inside. Tom's Gift is going around the field, 3 and 4 wide. A break behind those, then Metar, followed further back, then Saturnly, and Golden Chimes is running about 3rd last. As they swing down the back, and the leader was Love's Avenue as they race inside the 1200. Love's Avenue leads. Clownley is 2nd, followed by Capana 3rd. Out wide was Inept, followed by Semi-Fair. Preferred Date saving every inch of ground. And the next one behind those in the field was Inept, followed by Tom's Gift, Golden Chimes, Saturnly and Metar last of all. As they race towards that next turn, they've got about 900 to go. The leader, Love's Avenue, a length in front of Clownley down towards the inside, followed then by Inept, who's getting right up along the inside, and Preferred Date in that group of horses, followed by Tom's Gift. Capana's not too far away. A break behind those, then came Superior Step, followed by Skim Away. A further break in the field, Metar as they race down the side. Back behind those, Saturnly, followed by Semi-Fair, and Golden Chimes as last as they race up towards the turn. They've got about 500 to go. It's Inept taken on and headed now by Preferred Date. Love's Avenue between those, plugging away. Tom's Gift is going wide. Metar sticking to the inside, followed further back to Superior Step. And the next one was Skim Away, followed by Clonotti. In the straight, they've got about 350 to go. Out very wide, Preferred Date is the leader. Inept is battling on, followed further back then. Metar closer down towards the inside. It's pretty hard to line them up, but it looks like Metar. Inside the 200, Metar is the leader. Battling on, Superior Step down the outside. It's Metar getting very tired. Superior Step is trying hard. Metar holding the lead near the line, and Metar will hold on. Very tired, but it's won, Metar. Superior Step followed then by Inept. The next one, Preferred Date, followed by Skim Away. A break behind those, Saturnly. In behind those next was Love's Avenue, Golden Chimes, Clonotti. In behind those, Semi-Fair, followed by Tom's Gift, and Capana has pulled up very, very quickly and is just walking across the line now.
6.8.10 at Canberra, 13.73.50 for Metar. Superior Step at 4.